On that bright morning, Anna's smile bloomed like sunshine, leaving her utterly stunned. "Hey, who turned you into a goofy character? I know it's like a comedy script. You're such an amusing little oddball, hilariously straightforward." "Don't. Not the time for jokes. Put the bell in the car." Her friend reminds Annie she's straying. She said we'd be ordinary, but Anna's secretly stepping into the extraordinary. After her friend's relentless attacks, Anna's hard-won confidence slipped back. She quietly sat aside, wiping tears, while observant old Joe saw it all, and once they got to school, Joe casually said to Annie, "Hey, someone's firing fireworks behind me. Just so you know, I'm fine. Now, let's go see your grandma. But you should know, no one can make you feel uneasy, and you don't need to consent to that." Even though Joe's words loosened up Anna's heart, Annie put on a hat to hide her looks because she really didn't want to deal with more chaos. But her friend kept yakking away until Annie snapped back. "Lily, can you zip it? I don't want your hair to cause any disasters. I know what's happening. If you won't tell me, the others will." With that, her friend stormed off to toss their friendship necklace. Anna's tone softened immediately, pulling her friend behind a small tree to whisper that she's actually a princess from a tiny kingdom. Her friend became more excited than if she had just been made a princess, and Annie reminded her to keep this secret safe. Soon they reconciled, chatting and laughing into class. But once Annie entered, the sassy girl acted up again. Subtitles. She reported to the teacher that Annie had violated the class rules, compelling Annie to reluctantly take off her hat, upon which her stunning locks cascaded down instantly. Her beauty was suddenly exposed, and the classroom transformed from ridicule to a chorus of wow. Everyone was stunned that the ugly duckling had turned into a beautiful swan. The next day, Mike invited Annie to come see their band's new song on Saturday. He said her car got all decked out, and they could assemble it together. "Wow, does this count as being a date?" "No, it's just music and pizza. That's the main course." Of course, pizza is a must. Just as Annie agreed, her friend hurried over, saying there's a horde of reporters at the school gate. Apparently, Anna's princess identity was outed. This sudden news left her totally startled. Although Grandma rushed to school to calm the storm, Annie only got more bashful. As time went by, Anna's status as a princess became hot gossip. Her family background was revealed. Her friend beamed as she told Annie that she was now the star of campus, with everyone wanting selfies and friendship. But Annie honestly didn't want to chat about that right now. So she subtly asked old Joe if she could give up the princess role. With Joe's encouragement, Annie perked up and started practicing her royal etiquette repeatedly, and just like that, the banquet day arrived. Annie wore a graceful blue dress, walking like she was on eggshells, careful with every step. She greeted every noble with grace, but was fiddling with the silverware out of boredom. Accidentally ignited it. In a panic, she tossed it at the guest next to her and swiftly plunged his arm into an ice bucket. That barely diffused the situation, and the awkward atmosphere eased just a bit. Then she completely forgot her lesson and dove under the table to grab a fallen grape. Little did she expect, such a simple move triggered a chain reaction. What was supposed to be a well-organized banquet turned into utter chaos. Finally, amidst the uncomfortable yet polite laughter of the crowd, Annie shamefully slipped back. But the next day, surprise, surprise, Grandma didn't scold Annie at all. Instead, she picked up on Anna's stress and decided to cancel all plans. She changed into casual attire and joined Annie for a day in the life of a regular person. They hit the arcade together, with Grandma tossing aside her queenly demeanor and having an absolute blast. As they strolled by the beach, Grandma reminisced about her carefree youth. But fate had other plans, making her a queen, and reality was far from the fairy tale. Power often comes at the cost of freedom, but those are the responsibilities you must bear. Annie listened to her grandmother's words with a half understanding, but at this very moment she simply had no time to ponder over them. She just wanted Grandma to try her corn dog. Days kept passing by. Annie's identity became known to more and more, turning her into a campus sensation. Those who once bullied her suddenly claimed they had always been her best friends. Even the guy she had a crush on, who'd never noticed her, ditched his girlfriend to hit on Annie. Head in the clouds, Annie agreed without hesitation, then happily went to find Mike. She told him the Saturday gathering needed to be rescheduled because she was going out with her crush. Mike said it was fine, but once Annie left, a hint of sadness crossed his face. Back at home, Annie was still floating in her daydreams. She couldn't wait to share today's experiences with her mom. If you enjoyed this story, remember to like and subscribe.